everybody, Kathy here at Northstar Prepsteader. We are all contained within the house pretty much at this point. So anyway, what I'm gonna do today is make some paleo cornbread. Paleo is basically grain-free foods. Now you're going, well, cornbread is corn is a grain. Well, it's kind of a twist on the corn. It's corn-free cornbread, but it really tastes just like it and it looks like it. And so here we go. Okay, because I have things pre-measured for this, I'm just going to show you what I'm using. There's some Celtic sea salt, it's a fine ground baking soda. This is my own corn-free baking powder, which is made of baking soda, cream of tartar, and arrowroot. Then some organic coconut flour, organic palm shortening, some almond flour, some farm fresh eggs, using coconut milk. Now you can use almond milk. If you don't have a problem with dairy, you can use regular whole milk too. And honey and apple cider vinegar. And that's all. That's all you need. So I'm going to start by melting this palm shortening because it'll incorporate much easier into everything. So this is 1/4 of a cup of palm shortening, or ghee, like I said, you can use. So I'm going to just melt that on the stove. Okay, I'm going to first put my melted palm shortening in here. I'll scrape out anything else that didn't flow out because you want every bit of that. And to this I'm going to add my other liquid ingredients. So first I'm going to put the coconut milk in. Now you can use almond milk. I just didn't have any, and I do make my own almond milk, but I need to soak the almonds overnight in order to make that, and I didn't have that all done. When I make almond milk, I really only make what I'm going to use, and then I add, okay, so that was 3/4 of a cup of coconut milk, and now I'm going to add 1/4 of a cup of honey. Get all that honey goodness in there. And 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. You want to have vinegar that's got the mother in it. So 1 teaspoon. And then we're going to mix it up. Right now I'm using a hand mixer. You can certainly do this in a stand mixer. I just wanted to have less to work with here today. So just really blending it till it's incorporated well, and that looks really good. Okay, now we're going to start adding our eggs one at a time. And I do crack my eggs into a separate bowl because I've gotten bad eggs before, and you don't want to ruin your whole batch of food. Ingredients are too precious, especially right now, that you don't want to be ruining a whole batch. So put one in and blend it up. I'll put another one in. So it takes 5 eggs. There's 2. Egg number 3. I know this is not like opening a box of Jiffy corn mix, but it's very good for you. It's healthy. And 5. These eggs are so gorgeous. They're so dark. And yes, these are farm fresh eggs. Not mine. I wish they were, but not mine. things are all well blended in there. One thing I like to do with these smaller ingredients is to put them in a small bowl and kind of mix them, and then they get well blended in to my liquid. So we need 1 teaspoon of the baking powder. And if you're not grain-free, you can use regular baking powder too. So 1 teaspoon, half a teaspoon of baking soda. Now remember, there's a little bit of vinegar in that liquid, so that's going to help to raise it a little bit. And then half a teaspoon of salt. You can use pink Himalayan salt if you want. This just has a lot more minerals to it. So, and this is a fine ground. You can get coarse ground or fine ground. For something like this, you want it to be fine. Even then, it's more coarse than regular table salt. But try to stay away from regular table salt if you can. All right. Have those all mixed up. And let's start adding our dry ingredients. So we're first going to put in our almond flour. We have 2 1/4 cups of almond flour. Because this is the biggest ingredient, I'm going to go ahead and add these to that so that it can incorporate well. I'm just mixing on low right now. And yes, it's still going to look very liquidy. The coconut flour is going to be the last thing I add in here because coconut flour is very, very absorbent. It'll thicken up this mix very quickly. You can see how the almond flour kind of makes it really grainy in a way. So I'm hoping, I know the lighting isn't the greatest right here. This is the best I have right now, but okay, that's pretty well mixed. And then we're going to add our coconut flour. I'm going to add 1/4 of a cup of coconut flour. Look how nice and thick it's getting. In fact, I think that's going to be pretty good. Yeah, nice and thick. I'm just going to let this set for a little bit before we put it into our pan. Give that coconut flour a chance to absorb. I don't know if you all can see that or not, but it's trying to snow out here. Yeah, there's a few flurries hanging around. But look at my gardens melting more quickly here. So it's coming along. So for a pan, you can use either an 8x8, a 9x9. You can do a 9-inch round, cast iron, ceramic. This is Pioneer Woman. It's about an 8x8, I think. At least on the bottom, then to 9x9 on top. So all I'm going to do is, and isn't this cute? I got it as a Christmas present and I haven't been able to use it yet. I thought it was just so fun. So I'm just going to spray the inside with some non-stick spray. And you can grease it really however you want. This just makes it easiest for me. All right, now I'm going to fill this with the mixture. Look how nice and grainy and thick that is. It almost looks like oatmeal, but it's not. Just going to spread it out so it's smooth. I'm going to put this in the oven. It's on 350 degrees, preheated oven, for 30 minutes. This looks very done. Oh, looks so beautiful. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. It's going to be tricky. Okay, I did let it go an extra 10 minutes just because it's a little smaller pan and it's really thick. But the way to test it, put a toothpick in the middle. And it comes out clean. We're good. So now I'm going to let it sit for about 30 minutes and just let it cool in the pan. Alright, this is all finished. I'm going to cut it up. It smells so wonderful, y'all. And there's my cornbread. So I hope you've enjoyed this little episode of baking with me here in Minnesota and doing some paleo cooking. You guys take care. God bless. Always have hope. And enjoy your cornbread. Bye.